You smell that? Oh yeah, that's the smell of new content or old recycled content. I can't really tell anymore. But anyway, Festival of the Lost 2020 is here, and with it comes new things to do and new loot to chase. Now, without saying too much, I can probably take a guess and say you're looking for the best way to get your hands on those new Cipher decoders. You know, the new keys that allow you to open the chest at the end of the haunted forest to claim your sweet loot. How did I know you were looking for these? Well, lucky guess. And I mean, it's also in the title. That's right, boys. Papa MyFi has returned, and with me, I bring the best way to farm Cipher decoders as a solo player. But I will be including the best way for people that have stacked fire teams ready to farm Cipher decoders as well. But you know the drill. If you're new and only if you enjoy the videos, then feel free to subscribe. Also, twitch.tv/myfi with an underscore at the end is where you can find me pretty much every day grinding Destiny 2. I do raid help, and I've also been teaching people how to start prepping for Beyond Light. So if you care about any of those things, then come on over. Okay, plugs done. Let's get into the best solo Cipher decoder farm in the game, I guess. Let's just get into it. So starting us off, I'm not going to sit here and waste 3 minutes of your time telling you how to start the quest for Festival of the Lost, as it's pretty straightforward, but for anyone that might be confused, I will explain in less than like 10 seconds. Log into Destiny 2, talk to Eva Levante in the tower, go talk to Spider on the Tangled Shore, do the activity that Spider tells you to do, earn the Cipher decoder, do the haunted forest, and then return to Eva Levante in the tower. There you go. You're done with the intro quest. Now, one thing I will say is to make sure you're doing the intro quest on every single character, as the activity that Spider has you do has a 100% guaranteed chance of dropping a Cipher decoder. So yeah, make sure you do the quest on all 3 characters if you're just trying to get as many Cipher decoders as possible. Now, Cipher decoders drop via doing activities, any activities, and at the time of this recording, the power level of the activity does not matter. The drop chance is the same across the board no matter what the level of the activity is. So because we know that the activity level doesn't matter, we should look for low level activities that we can blaze through in under just a couple minutes. I should also mention that these Cipher decoders seem to be pretty rare, so doing an activity that you can speedrun will just overall up your chances of getting them to drop because, well, the more times you do the activity, the more chances you have. You know what I'm trying to say. Just do them really fast and you'll have a ton of Cipher decoders by the end of it. So now let's first talk about the best way for you and a team to go about farming these bad boys. You and your fire team load up the Nightfall Ordeal for the week, a Garden World on 750. 750 difficulty does technically have matchmaking, so you could technically load it up solo, but unless everyone in your match-made fire team is trying to speedrun it, then it could take upwards of 10 minutes, and well, you just don't want that. So now that you have you and your fire team, you should be shooting for around 5 to 7 minutes per run. The game plan is to ignore all the ads and only do what is necessary to progress to the next area. There will be no champions, so you don't need to worry about coordinating mods with your team, you know, anti-barrier mods, overload mods. You don't need to worry about any of that because there are no champions. Now, the reason you and your team are doing this is because this week is double Nightfall rewards. So even if you happen to not get a Cipher, then you will still be getting double the Chocolate Strange coins and other loot. I've also heard rumors that you can get double Cipher decoders, but I've not actually seen proof, so don't quote me on that. But I've just heard things, you know, through the grapevine that it's possible. But like I said, don't quote me. It's pretty much the best bang for your buck. That's why you're doing this. For loadouts, well, it doesn't really matter as long as you and your team have good weapons to melt the boss at the end. So like snipers, grenade launchers, and even 1K works wonders here if you have that. Along with other things like Nova Bombs, Celestial Nighthawk Hunters, and Oppressive Darkness. Pretty much anything that helps you one-shot the boss is great for this method. Now, getting on to the solo method. And if you remember my solo Umbral Engram farm post-patch, well, it's pretty much the same. Now, it's not technically solo because you will be matchmaking, but hey, I don't really see the difference as you still don't need friends and you will still end up queuing this activity as a one-man solo fire team. So to start off, you're going to want to be on a Void subclass. Your class itself doesn't matter. You could be a Titan, Hunter, Warlock, literally doesn't matter as long as you're on a Void subclass. From here, throw on Mountaintop or something that's good at single target damage and does not sit in the power slot because we'll be using that for something else later. So Wither Horde, for example, would be great. Then any weapon that's good for ad clear. It doesn't matter as, well, you won't really be ad clearing, but I mean, you might like once every like hour. You might shoot an ad with this. So like something like Gnawing Hunger or Recluse or just really anything like that. And then for the power slot, following Guillotine with Relentless Strike and Whirlwind Blade. It also helps if it has Swordmaster's Guard and Jagged Edge. Then the final thing would be to make sure you have the Oppressive Darkness mod equipped. Now that you have your loadout and everything like that, you're gonna wanna go and load up the Nightmare Hunt on the Moon Pride on the 860 power level version. This Nightmare Hunt is for Skolas and can be speed ran in under 3 minutes with complete randoms. As soon as you spawn in, you are going to want to Sparrow to the first door and turn around. You will see 2 nightmares. Take them out and the door will open. From there, progress to the next room where you will once again find 2 more nightmares. Take them out and the next door will open. You will now enter the next room where a bunch of ads will be. Ignore them and head to the back left side of the room. There will be like a little corridor hallway you can run through. Here you will find 3 nightmares. Take them out and head to the boss room. Upon entering the boss room, get ready to throw your Oppressive Darkness grenade on Skolas and start sorting him. If done correctly, you will either kill him or get him very low, depending on if the people you matchmake with are also doing the same thing, this same little method. If he is not killed in one phase, then you will need to kill some more nightmares before his immunity shield is gone. You know that little nightmare immunity shield that the bosses do? Yeah, that thing. If you did end up doing enough damage during the first phase, then when his shield does finally come down, you will only have a small time window to finish him before he goes into another immunity phase. So just make sure you're waiting by him with your sword ready to go. Once he is dead, you will have a chance for a Cipher Decoder to drop. You'll look at the time. It should be around 3 minutes. From there, you're just gonna go back to your destinations, go back to the moon, load up Nightmare Pride again on 860, and just run it again. By doing this, you can clear probably 3 to 4 of these bad boys in around 10 minutes, which should net you a Cipher Decoder. I normally get them every 5, 4, sometimes 6 runs. I don't know why I said that backwards, but 4, 5, maybe 6 runs. Like I said, these Cipher Decoders are rare, so don't be surprised if you go for like 20 minutes before you finally get one to drop. But this is the best way to farm them, especially if you are a solo player, as no other activity can you, as a solo player, beat in under 3 minutes. Apparently, Bungie said that Cipher Decoders have the same drop rate as Umbral Engrams, but I find that pretty hard to believe, as I farmed for 3 hours and got an entire inventory and Postmaster filled with Umbral Engrams, but only like 10 Cipher Decoders. I also heard, and I actually couldn't find hard concrete proof, I just saw some screenshots, so take this with a grain of salt, that Bungie is currently investigating drop rates, but even if the drop rates are wrong and they fix them so that they drop more often, this is still going to be the best way to go about farming them. And trust me, you're going to want to start now on farming them, because in order to complete all the Festival of the Lost Triumphs, you are going to need to open 45, yes, 45 chests in the Haunted Forest, meaning you are going to need 45 Cipher Decoders. And there we go. That is the best way to go about farming Cipher Decoders as a solo player or a team. Hopefully this video reaches enough people so when you go to do this as a solo player, other people will be doing it too. So it'll just, you guys will be on the same page because y'all have both seen the same video. But now I need something from you. Yes, you. I need you to let me know in the comment section, how many Cipher Decoders do you have right now? I'm curious, as after the first day of everyone getting on playing, like how many have you all accumulated? I had about 13 at one point before I ran some Haunted Forests and used some of them. But yeah, I think today I'll probably get done making this and go farm some more. I'll probably get up to around maybe 20-ish or something like that, including the ones that I already spent. With all that being said, if you enjoyed the video, then feel free to drop your boy a like, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.